About every 5 years, Congress passes new legislation establishing farming and food policy in the U.S. Typically, the Farm Bill deals with trade, environmental regulations, and food safety.
But the 2018 law also legalized the growing of industrial hemp. As Kevin Worthington tells us, farmers have literally lined up for permits to grow the new crop in Alabama.
You see the signs all over town. CBD oil, which is short for cannabidiol. Many swear by its benefits as a dietary supplement to treat joint pain and inflammation. But farmers are betting on its value as a crop.
The hemp plant, from what I have researched, it has a lot of use. The CBD oil, I think they even make makeup and all of that out of it. And it's easier to grow than some of your other stuff, I think. So I think there's going to be a market for it.
Hemp was grown in the U.S. from the early 1900s up until about World War II. You see, hemp is a close cousin to, and even looks a lot like, marijuana. But there's one big difference.
Industrial hemp is any part of the plant that has less than 0.3% THC. THC being the chemical in the plant that, if it was in high amounts, could be hallucinogenic or altering.
Which means
you could smoke every bit of this field out here and you would not get high. This plant is not grown that way. I often tell people that it's similar to field corn and sweet corn. Both of them are botanically ZMAs, but if you were to look in the field at field corn, it's not going to taste, it doesn't have the sugar content. It's two very different crops, even though they look very similar, and technically they are the same plant. They've been bred for different purposes. This crop has almost no THC in it.
Because of the similarity between the two plants, farmers have to get permits from the state to grow hemp, and it's highly regulated. Inspectors from the Alabama Department of Agriculture monitor the crop throughout the growing season and test it at harvest time to make sure that everything in this field is legal.
The farmer that's growing this is very concerned that his THC content is not going to be over 0.3%. He has a lot of money invested out here, $10,000, $12,000 an acre. And if his THC content was higher than 0.3%, it's tested by the Alabama Department of Ag and Industries, he would have to destroy that crop. Every farmer that's participating in this program this year and then future years will know that it's going to be heavily regulated, and they don't want to break the law.
The state issued the first permits to grow hemp to 139 farms across Alabama in 2019. The Callaway family of Chilton County has typically grown tomatoes, peppers, and other types of produce in these fields. Joey Callaway says he felt like his years of growing vegetables gave him the experience he needed to grow hemp.
We had all the equipment up to the harvesting part, and we've had to buy a couple of trimmers and dryers, but as far as the stuff for the plastic and all of that, we have all that equipment, so we didn't have as big an investment as somebody that just come into farming had to invest.
Joey says growing hemp has been a challenge because there are no chemicals approved to control weeds, pests, or disease. And harvest is very labor intensive. He hopes the payoff will be worth the risk, but he's keeping his expectations realistic.
I've yet to see any monies coming in because we hadn't got that far into it yet, so we don't know. You hear all kind of numbers. Some people say you're gonna make $100,000 an acre, and I just don't believe that. I don't believe that'll ever happen.
This is not a row crop, it's a specialty crop. It's high input, high labor, a lot of further processing that needs done, and there's gonna be some folks that can make a little bit of money off of it. You wanna make sure that when you get to that end product, that you can actually sell it and get paid for it. Don't grow something and expect people to come to you. You're gonna have to market this in a way unlike you've probably marketed anything before.
For Simply Southern, I'm Kevin Worthington.
There's nothing quite like sitting down to a home-cooked meal with fresh vegetables from the garden. With Bonnie plants from your local quality co-op store, you can enjoy the freshest vegetables right from your own backyard. And no matter if you're a raised bed gardener, a rose gardener, Or if you farm hundreds of acres, your quality co-op store has exactly what you need to get the most out of your plants. You'll always find what you need, plus friendly, knowledgeable advice at your local quality co-op store. There's one near you.
Support healthy food from local farmers by purchasing a Farming Feeds Alabama license plate. The tag funds education and promotion efforts, including Ag in the Classroom, agricultural scholarships, and youth programs. Get your Ag tag today.
The versatile peanut, meat of the earth, friend of the soil, tasty, nutritious, packed with protein. And Alabama peanut farmers nourish some very special things: families, communities, and Alabama's economy. Peanuts. Good for you, good for Alabama.
For more Simply Southern, be sure to follow us on social media. And while you're online, visit our website, simplysouthern.tv.net. Simply Southern will continue in a moment.
We believe a plant should be more than a plant. This one is. It's all you need for your garden to succeed because it's a Bonnie plant. It represents hundreds of varieties of Bonnie's quality veggies and herbs. But more, it's from generations of Bonnie people who are passionate about sharing their love of gardening with you. Look for this little Bonnie plant and a whole family of plants like it in your garden center. Bonnie plants, so you'll know how to grow.